Hello.
Hey.
Oh, yay, good. Thank you. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
It's a huge privilege to introduce you to your EuRA conference team. You may not know these unsung heroes who've been behind our conference for the last decade, in some cases more. So I wanted to just, as we're doing this virtually, and you're not going to have the chance to see any of these amazing people, I'm going to introduce you to them one by one, starting with Christian Loughran. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Dominic.
It's great to see you. I'm sorry we're not in Seville. Christian, I want to ask you two questions. First of all, what was your first EuRA? And secondly, do you have a particular memory that you take with you from all your experiences?
I do. My first EuRA was back in 2009 Vienna, and one of the favorite memories I have from EuRA is from Palma, where I realized that we can actually party. It's the rave in the cave, where we're not formal, where we're not sharing experiences and information. So the Raven Cave was a magical location, and I had a blast there.
That's so funny. You know, when we talk to people about their favorite experiences, that is still something that people talk about. That's absolutely great. Thanks, Christian. It's great to see you. My first EuRA was the first EuRA, which was in 1999, Barcelona. And my favorite EuRA memory is also Palma. I was in the main ballroom with Minnie, and he played the opening film, and I was so pleased that we were all back together, having had to postpone the conference from the year before, that I am not ashamed to admit that I cried a lot. So that was me. Nathan, it's great to see you. How are you?
I'm really well, thanks. Great to see you all again, even if we're not in Seville, but it's great to see you all virtually anyway.
It's really good to see you too. Just again, Nathan takes care of the audio-visual stuff, and everything that you ever see on YouTube after our conference is thanks to Nathan's camera work. Nathan, what was your first EuRA, and what was your memory?
My first one was Bucharest, and I think it's 2013. I think that was.
That's correct.
That was amazing in Ceausescu's palace. I always remember that. That was quite something. Yeah.
It was great. I mean, that's what we remember was the magician. He had a very high voice. It's magic. Clarissa, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great to see you. Clarissa joined us. So when was your first EuRA? I'm not going to give it away. And do you have any memories?
Yeah, so last year in Munich was my first year. And I think the main thing that I took from it was just to finally see this community that has now turned into a family that my mother has always told me about, to see it come to life and become a part of it.
We were so delighted to have you with us, and I'm so sorry we won't see you again in Seville this year, but if you don't know, Clarissa is Martina Charvay's daughter, and Martina has been central to the organisation. It's lovely to have Clarissa, and in fact, there's a pattern emerging here, but we'll go back to that in a minute. Tad, how are you?
I'm absolutely fine.
Good. And when was your first EuRA, and what's your memory?
Strangely, it was 1999 in Barcelona, which was the first EuRA. I suppose, in many respects, my fondest memory of all has to be at the end of the conference in Dubrovnik, where I wept on stage to a film that had been put together by Minnie on behalf of the EuRA board. It was a fantastic moment. It was amazing to be recognised for all that has been done, and it's not just me, of course. Dominic as well has been involved since 1999. It was just fabulous. But as a footnote, I agree with about the rave in the cave.
Yeah, it was cool. That's brilliant, Matt, Tad. I mean, funny enough, now that I know how to use iMovie, I can edit down that clip and we can put you crying on YouTube. I couldn't do it before because Minnie used the soundtrack to of Carly Simon singing "Nobody Does It Better." Now I can do it. Minnie, great to see you. How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. And as I say, great to see everyone. It's a shame we're not going to be in Seville at the moment, but good to see you all anyway.
Which was your first EuRA, and what's the memory that you're going to have?
2008 in Rome was my first EuRA, so I've been around a while. Favourite memory, I was thinking about this in terms of actual whole conferences, and there were two specific things from Porto. One of them was actually being a presenter in a session called Being Happy. I think Peggy will remember that one.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd ever spoken in public, and the last time I've ever done it as well. I think the other thing about that particular event as well was that was when EuRA changed their focus on charities from bigger charity organisations to more local to the conference. And that was the year that the membership raised enough money to buy a minibus for the local.
Oh, right.
Which was just such an emotional moment when we got that figure. So yeah, one of my favourite moments.
Oh, that's lovely. That was a big deal. And for those of you who don't know Minnie is he is the man, along with Nathan and his team, who make EuRA look like a really great organisation. Not that we're not, but if anyone can, like Francis said last year, he'll take your grungy PowerPoint and turn it into alchemy. So turn it into gold.
Can I just say one thing, Minnie? I'd like to know your worst moment.
Yes, good
It
question.
might have been in Rome.
Worst in Rome. Oh, that must have been the projector.
Yes.
Oh, the projector fun. Yeah. So we had 2 screens, and we had one projector that failed on us, and I had to use 2 smaller projectors and stack them together to make it look the same. That was overcoming technical difficulties at its best. Yes.
You did brilliantly. Bryony, lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Which was your first EuRA?
My first EuRA was Parma, the rearranged Parma. I actually started at EuRA about a week before you were originally supposed to go to Parma. And I was going to just go into the office and man the phones, and then came in on the Monday and was like, oh, what's everybody doing here? I was going to have some peace. Great, because it meant that I got to go to Parma. So yeah, that was my first one.
And a particular memory?
I have 2, if that's okay.
Ooh.
So my first one was actually in Parma at the Rave in the Cave, and I was standing at the back of the room, and I think Mamma Mia came on, or Dancing Queen, and everybody rushed onto the dance floor. And I remember just standing at the back going, wow, this is amazing that we've organised this and all these people having such a lovely time. So that's probably my main best memory.
Oh, that's
But also, I think in Porto, just after we'd closed the conference, and we all went back into the back office, and we'd had some music playing, and just as we all walked in, I think it was Porto, Happy by Pharrell started playing, and even Tad started dancing around. It was perfect timing.
Isn't that Edinburgh?
Oh, it might have been Edinburgh.
Yeah, you're right. It would have been, because Porto had that funny office that wasn't really private.
Oh, so it must have been
It
Edinburgh.
would have been Edinburgh. Yeah. Oh, well remembered.
Yeah.
It does.
Fun.
Lisa, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. You've been surviving this for longer than any of us. You're in Italy. How are you doing?
In Italy?
Yeah.
Well, today is the 53-day in quarantine, and we are definitely very bored, but we have to stay home, so.
So it's lovely to see you. You know, just well done on your fortitude and strength. And what was your first EuRA?
My first EuRA was 4 years ago in Malta.
Malta. That was a great event. It was a great one. Do you have a favorite memory?
Well, if I can, mine is not a moment, but is a feeling. And a feeling that I have experienced since my first conference, and we know that most of us only see each other once a year, and it's crazy. Like every year, EuRA is not just a business meeting, but it's also a family reunion from all over the world. And the feeling is how people don't forget you, even for the little things. It's what really, I don't know. I love these things.
That's a really lovely observation.
Yeah,
thank you. That's really lovely. Penny, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
Nice to see you. I'm good. Thank you.
Good. When was your first EuRA?
My first Euro was 1999, Barcelona.
Yes.
100 people in one room for one day.
That's right, absolutely.
It was awesome.
I'm not even sure we had a data projector, Minnie. I think we had
we had
those things, those plastic
We had
slides.
overhead
sheets.
Yeah, because I did a presentation. Tad asked me to do a presentation on the relocation industry in the US. And maybe this could be my most memorable event, but I have another one to mention too. And I thought, this is so great. My little company was kind of new at that stage. And I thought, this is my debut. I'm going to be really great. Everybody's going to just think it's cool that there's an American here. And I do not know anything about the history of the relocation industry in the US, but I did a lot of research, and I had those overhead, those.
Yeah.
All of you young people don't even remember. What were they called? Yeah, in a box. And it was a ridiculous PowerPoint presentation that my husband helped me do because I didn't know how to do that either. And it was great. It was awesome. So that was my first. And the memorable, at first when somebody asks me about what was your favorite this or what was your favorite that, if it's something that you do often, I don't like that question usually because there's so many good memories and funny memories about sort of every single one of them. But I have to admit, sort of sheepishly maybe, that the most memorable one was 2006 in Budapest.
Oh.
And I had a little side trip it was a cultural experience, to a Hungarian hospital in the middle of the night, after I had a confrontation with the windy staircase with a glass of wine in my hand. And it was, what I noticed then was something that all of you have said about the family. There were a whole bunch of people together. We were all like on our way to the downstairs bar because the party was over. And so anyway, I tripped on the carpet and glass went into my face. I really did kind of not think it was that serious until all of the sort of 10 people that were together with us we all sat down on the stairs, and all of a sudden all of the relocation experts became doctors. And they were having an argument about, does she need to go to the hospital? No, she doesn't. No, we can just do a Band-Aid. No, she shouldn't go. Yes, she should probably go. Where's the hospital? Anyway, so I spent the better part of the rest of the night into the morning at having truly a cultural experience in a non-Western hospital in Hungary.
I remember.
So I kind of won't forget that one, but it is a little bit embarrassing, right. However, it won't leave my mind. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely that, like you say, it encompasses the nature of our industry and our family.
Yeah.
Marie, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, and you?
Good, I'm all right. Thank you very much indeed. Which was your first EuRA?
My first EuRA was 2015 in Porto.
And do you have special?
And it was absolutely fabulous.
Oh, good. And what was do you hold a memory?
Yes, I think my favorite memory is definitely Vietnam and the gala dinner boat. I thought it was absolutely magical, and I feel so fortunate that I could have been there, especially with everything that's going on now. So that could so easily not have happened.
I know. It's
I think every single conference has left me with an amazing feeling. So, especially of the EuRA family and everybody on here today.
Thank you, Marie. It's true. It's really, really hard work, but we all come out of it at the end just feeling such a privilege to work with. Laura, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
Good. I'm starting to like Zoom. It's making me happy seeing people.
We see each other. Yeah. What was your first EuRA?
Palma, 2011.
Palma, wow. Okay. And do you take a special memory from it?
I also had two.
Good.
But the other one is actually kind of sad. It was the feeling, but it was actually 2013, my first time with you guys, with the team. So that was really a warm inclusion. I loved it. I never want to help my mom again. Stay with you guys forever. And the other one was in Malta when I had to do the Ignite session. Speaking.
Yeah.
Because it was so scary, and it was that big room. It was giant. I did not expect that. But yeah, the EuRA people are so nice, and they just made it easy. The crowd was easy. They helped, and it felt like family.
But I mean, Peggy, you'll back me up on this. If you, sitting in the audience watching you, no one would have had any clue that you were nervous.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was shaking, but yep, nobody saw it.
Thank you, Laura. Listen, it's great to see you. I'm just going to point out one small thing for people that don't know. Laura, Lisa, Christian, and Clarissa are second generation EuRA people who come to us from their amazing parents. Christian's mother is also Lieutenant Gunston, past parent. As I said, Clarissa's mum is Martina Chavay, our quality manager. Lisa's mum is Maddalena Mikhaili from Italy, who we've known for ever. And Laura's mum is Anita Meyer from Belgium, who again is past president and also a terrific friend of EuRA. So it's been such a pleasure over the years having you guys on board, as well as everybody else who makes the conference what it is. I would like to propose a toast to you all to say thank you so much for everything you've brought to our events over the years. We're incredibly
everyone's got something.
Cheers. To you, and
cheers.
See you again very soon. And also a toast to all the members. Good luck.
Yes.
Take care.
Yes.
Stay well.
Take care.
Members.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.